welcome to my channel. This is an Amazon Echo device. It's a tiny tabletop device uh, which can be used to play music, show photographs, can be used as an alarm clock. It's a very cool device really. Last year I bought a Raspberry Pi with a LCD touchscreen. And being a software developer, I thought, can we do something with the Raspberry Pi? So, some kind of hack or some kind of applications which can make it look similar to what we see here. And I was going through the comments on the Amazon website, and I was just trying to find any features which are missing from this device. So maybe in future tutorials I'll try to make some applications which can be used on the Raspberry Pi with the LCD touchscreen. So this is what we'll do in this tutorial. Please make sure to watch the first tutorial if you want to make the most out of this one, as most of the basic stuff using Yocto and everything is covered in that tutorial. If you directly want to see just the output without going through any technical stuff, you can just switch to the 5 minutes time scale. So there you can see the output directly rather than going through all these technical details with me. So this is what we will be, these are the requirements basically. What do we want actually, or what we are going to provide rather. So a Linux image without any X11 window manager. It should have all the Qt libraries built in. The demo application should start automatically after boot up. And there should be a way to shut down the Raspberry Pi from the demo application. And this is in detail the steps which are necessary. We'll prepare a Ubuntu virtual machine. This has, as I said before, has already been covered in tutorial 1. So please make sure to watch that one because that will cover the basic. We'll download and configure Yocto by creating a custom layer and recipe. I'll provide the files including the generated Linux image so you can try it on your SD card without going through all these technical details. I'll provide the links in the description. All the links will be in the description. So we'll go through the steps. Eventually we'll build the Linux image and we'll put it on the Raspberry Pi to test it out to see what it is. So let's get started. And this is the demo application which I have developed in Qt, and this is running on Ubuntu, and this is what should automatically start up once the Pi boots up basically. And as you can see, there are 3 buttons there. One is to shut down, other one is to exit to the terminal, and the third one is for the reboot one. So that should automatically launch when the Pi boots up. This is just a standard Qt application written in QML. Nothing special about this application really, just few sliders and some dials and knobs basically. So yeah, pretty standard application. Okay, so and this is what the packages which I'll be building. I have provided the configuration files for Yocto in the link, so you can use them if you want to. And we will run it with the bitbake qt-fi image command, which will start building the qt-fi image, which is what we need for the Pi. And these are the modules which are going to be there. I have also included some demo applications. This process is going to take about 7 to 8 hours. So you need to have a lot of patience and make sure your computer is not in the sleep mode. So this process will take about 7 to 8 hours. Let it complete. Make sure to follow all the specs which I have mentioned in the first tutorial. Please go through that. I'll repeat it again. And yes, so once you have given this command, expect it to around take about 6 to 7 hours in total. Well, I can play some background music here rather than keeping quiet, but I think this is it's almost about to be done. It's almost finished, I believe. Yeah, so I put the SD card in the Raspberry Pi, and here I'm booting it up. It's the time to test really whether things will work or not, and the proof is in what we see here. So seems to be booting up. Yeah, looks good. And we see it should just okay. So here is the application which comes up, and I'll just play with this application now. I'm using a pen. You can use your finger as well if you want to. Yeah, so touch application works fine. I'll just play with some dials here and with the slider here. Looks good. Yeah, I think it looks good, and it's very responsive as well. I'll try to reboot it. Okay, yeah, even the reboot button works. So once it reboots, it should be back. That application should be back again. So here it is. Yeah, so the application is back again. Yeah, and I'll try the shutdown button as well. That will complete the picture, so we can safely shut down and reboot the device from the UI if required. So let's try to use the shutdown button. Okay, just about to do that. Yeah, almost. Yeah, so the machine has shut down. I'll try some other applications which I've included in the Linux image. So there are quite a few samples. So the one which I like the most is the weather application, which is what I was seeing on the Amazon Echo device. So this is already an example which is made by Qt, and I'm sure it can be easily adapted now to suit our needs. So if you are a software developer and yeah, good potential here to use this Raspberry Pi LCD, something similar which can offer an alarm clock and other various features which you will see. And the graphics are good, if not better than the Amazon Echo, or at least on the same level really. So the UI is very responsive. One thing I'll add is, since there is no X11 manager in this Linux image, we start our applications with the minus with the platform argument that has to be passed to the application, platform Linux FB. So we are using the Linux frame buffer command argument to start our application. So yeah, the graphics looks cool, looks very nice really. I'll just play with this image. There are some other one more example coming ahead, so if you don't want to see that, I mean, yeah, it's fine, but yeah, I think that's what we are here for, isn't it? And I'm using a DSLR camera, so I think if the focus changes next time, I'll try to use another camera, because since it's it's an automatic focus, it keeps on switching the focus there. So yeah, so excuse me for that. So this application really looks good really. These are very cool looking applications, and so the Pi can be used as a kind of a weather station as well, a graphical weather station. It's a nice UI, very responsive. It's included in the generated Linux image. I'll mention the links, the the location where these examples are, so you can try them out yourself if you want to. So just copy the generated the file which I will provide in the description to your SD card and boot the Pi up. And this is another Qt5 application which is there in the demo as well, which is there in the generated Linux image. Yeah, so looks promising really. Looks so there is something for future tutorials maybe. I think if you get any ideas or if you have any suggestions, please let me know what else, or if there is anything which you want to see in this tutorials really. Next in the next tutorial I will cover how to actually develop applications for the generated Linux image. I mean, so you have this Linux image now and you want to make applications on the PC and just copy it across so that they just work. You can then just run the applications there. I will cover that aspect in the next tutorial. It's basically we'll have to generate the Qt SDK and which can be used on the PC. But I'll just stop talking and let you guys enjoy the screens really, rather than me boring you with my talkative stuff. I think the graphics look really cool really. I like the canvas clock. Reminds me of one of the clock ads which I see. You can just change the colors by just touching the dial. It looks cool and it's very responsive as well, which is what I like. This Raspberry Pi is not connected to the network, hence it can't play or show you contents from online. Maybe in the subsequent tutorials I will cover that aspect as well. So hence you see this message in the sample application. But as far as they work fine, and all the which also completes the requirement that all the Qt libraries should be built in. So all the Qt libraries are there. So thank you for watching. I will leave you with this, and yeah, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And and if you have any comments for me here, you can put your comments or your thoughts and let me know what you think what you think about it. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.